Last night, or yesterday, history was made in Singapore when North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and the guy in the White House signed a very broad pledge to denuclearize the Korean peninsula. It's a little bit short on details, but is this a step in the right direction? Can we take Kim Jong-un at his word, and can we take the guy in the White House at his word? Because both words sometimes are fluid.
There's two schools of thought on this. A few months ago, we were all sort of living in fear of nuclear war between the United States and North Korea. Sure. And I was a proponent of taking the meeting, because I'm always a proponent of going and meeting with your adversaries. The deal, as you said... Touché, Joy. I lost my train of thought. Oh, okay. So what I was going to say is that when the deal came out, it's very nebulous. It's just all about denuclearization, which, by the way, that has happened in 1985, 1992, 1994, 2005, and 2012. I had a really big problem. You guys know how I feel about the flag. With the American flag and the North Korean flag sit next to each other as the backdrop, we are not the same. And we were talking about this yesterday with Russia. This is a totalitarian communist dictator, in the same vein as Hitler, who, by the way, among all murder, enslavement, torture, imprisonment, sexual violence, starvation, forced abortions, political, racial, religious persecution, it is a completely and utterly the closest thing to Hitler's Germany that exists in modern times. So my problem was how far it went with the sort of buddy-buddy, and there was no talk whatsoever of the human rights violations going on in that country.
Yes, that was a big problem. I agree with Meghan in the sense that I thought, a meeting is appropriate, although a meeting without any preconditions and much preparation I thought was inappropriate. And what bothered me the most was that earlier last week, Trump said he didn't have to prepare very much for the meeting because it was all about attitude. Well, it's not all about attitude. We're talking about nuclear diplomacy, and I think that it's very complicated, and I think it requires a tremendous amount of preparation for it. And we know that Kim Jong-un has been in power since 2011, and he's very prepared. And so I felt that our country wasn't as prepared as it should be.
But isn't this really just a first date? I mean, they're just, they're just meeting, and then they'll do more, and then they'll do more, and hopefully it'll get there.
When the president shows up, it's supposed to be more of the big kahuna. This was the beginning of maybe some rollout. I'm cautiously optimistic.
We can't undersell how historic it is.
It was very
even getting him to the table is. I mean, I never thought I would see this in my lifetime whatsoever. So I give Trump credit for this. It's just that it was they've got great. We can put real estate in North Korea. It's people are being starved and tortured and raped and killed by machine gun outlets and being eaten by wild dogs. This isn't the type of. You don't even have internet access. How are you supposed to have?
This was tricky to walk in line because he was advised not to take on the human rights issues and the denuclearization because they said you might be pushing him, Kim Jong-un, too far to agree to anything. But I do think they went too far with the symbolism because it did look buddy-buddy. There's a more measured language.
The movie was a little much. I found the movie a little bit much. Before
it was a trailer.
Yes, it was a trailer for the world as it could be. I think that was how they sort of put it together. But, take a look.
Destiny Pictures presents a story of opportunity, a new story, a new beginning, one of peace, two men, two leaders, one destiny. A story about a special moment in time when a man is presented with one chance that may never be repeated. What will he choose? To show vision and leadership? Or not?
And so the other thing was, as you read the list of times that this conversation has come up. Yes. So it's not that people haven't been trying, because when I listened, and I actually listened to a lot of it, when he was saying, no one's done this, I can't just say Obama, nobody's had it, and it's like, no, dude, everybody's tried to do this, and everyone has said, listen, we tried to do this, they stepped away from the table, they said we're not going to do it. So that's why I asked the question. You know,
Nobody had the
isn't a good
meeting,
thing.
though. I mean,
But
that is
also,
the historic
Donald
difference.
Trump said, if I'm wrong, I will admit it. Yeah, right, when pigs fly.
Well,
when did he ever admit that he was
Madeleine
wrong?
Albright came on our show and talked about her meeting with Kim Jong-un's father, and she said a lot of promises were made, and while she was there, they were enriching their uranium at the same time. So to believe that Kim Jong-un is going to give away his nuclear arsenal, which really gives him the power, I think we went too far, and perhaps
Nothing's
giving
really
him
happened
validity.
yet,
No,
so we haven't
yes,
gone too
giving him
far.
validity.
We haven't gone too far because nothing's happened
When
yet.
you
That's
said
what
it's
my point
historic
was.
that
far
the
by
president
meeting with
win.
him.
So now we went too far by even meeting with him.
I think with
You
by
just
getting
said
credibility. I think the president meeting with him without any preconditions certainly gave him the credibility that he
But it
wants.
could have gone worse,
and
which
that
is the
perhaps was going
whereas
a
this
little
meeting
too
could have
far.
been more clear and could have gone better. The fear was that it would go worse. Like it would end in defiance, and even though this was symbolism and handshaking, Meghan, what you're saying, sorry, yeah.
Thank you. We'll be right back. We talk about a lot of different things on this show, and why people do the things they do, and we just came across something in a website called Elite Daily. It's a lifestyle website, and the woman was talking about the shallow reasons that people date, and one of them is because they don't have air conditioning. So they will date someone, I guess, during the summertime, whose house is nice and chill. I mean,
Wow.
Dating for convenience.
well, yeah, I mean, they date people because they have good vacation homes.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
need to date up a little.
Right.
I'm married.
but is this...
I do have a friend that's a nurse, and she's on her feet a lot, and so she was dating a masseuse. And apparently he
Wait,
gave
that's like the
great
Seinfeld episode, though.
Really?
You can never get a massage. Like, you try over and over, and they don't actually
He
do it.
actually, had a massage table, and he was such a jerk.
I'd
and
date
I
for
was
that.
just like, but he's such a jerk. She's like, he gives really good foot massages. I was like,
Can we call that a form of prostitution, do you think?
I know.
Sex for money?
But I dated a
Sex
guy
for
one
air
time
conditioning?
Well, they're not
recently.
putting out. They
but-
might be nuzzling.
Oh, come on.
But sometimes you date people just because, I remember when I was single, especially when I was living in LA, that I would just go out with almost anybody if they asked me because I wanted to, dating is all about meeting new people. And there was one guy that I didn't like him at all, and I thought he was very arrogant, but I really liked that he picked me up on his date on his motorcycle. And he kept picking me up on his motorcycle. And I liked riding around on it, so that was the only reason I kept. It didn't. Ultimately, you have to be able to talk and convene and have a conversation. But we went on a few dates, and it was always like, get on the back, Meghan. I liked it. So there you go.
My mom get on the back, Meghan.
Yeah.
My mom in college said she used to go on dates just to get a meal because she was paying for college herself, so she'd go for a hamburger.
Yeah.
And this isn't dating, but I used to love to go to the friend's house who had the best pantry. The family that had the best snacks?
Yes.
That's always the house I went to.
Yeah.
And that's not prostitution.
I don't
There's
think
no
they're
sex.
talking about that. They're talking about girls moving in because there's air conditioning.
Well, I mean, if
Hello?
what I'm saying is extrapolate. If he has a great pantry, I might come
Or he's
over.
a really good cook, like a chef.
What about you, Whoopi?
You might date someone.
Nah.
No.
No.
We always made our own money. I'm sure everyone here can relate. So we don't need that.
You won't
crap.
want to get on a fun motorcycle?
I had a motorcycle. I had to stop riding because it's in the contract.
You can't ride a motorcycle in your contract?
No, ice skating.
Why?
I guess they don't care if I die.
Yeah. I was to say I don't have that in mind.
It's
Really?
There was a spate of motorcycle accidents in the sort of early 90s, because everybody had a bike, and somebody opened the door, and it's the biggest thing to knock motorcycles off the road is somebody opening the damn door. So a lot of actors got injured, had to shut down films. So it just became part of everyone's rider. No motorcycles, a whole bunch of stuff.
Cyclists also
Meghan,
get
you
hit
can't
by
work in the
the
movies.
Very
Well, you can now, but then no. But you know what? There's more. We'll be back.